Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the professor with Day Trading for Success. Today I'm here with a group of people, the usual suspects. We're going to be trading AMD. We're going to be trading 1,000 shares. Please read this disclaimer. I am not a licensed financial advisor. You should seek the advice of somebody that you trust before you try to emulate any of these strategies that are shown here on this channel. So the whole purpose of Day Trading for Success, this channel, is to try to show traders how to possibly make $100 a day, $200 a day, $500 a day. There are lots of videos here where you'll see me make $40,000 in 30 minutes. That's not an easy thing to do, and it's not really what we're going for to show you, but it does have a lot of excitement for YouTube viewers to see the possibilities from making just a little bit of money to making a lot of money using various strategies. So what we do is we show strategies that are put out there in books or that are out there just that people are trading and aren't put out anywhere, and then we try to show you how they would work being traded live. So you can kind of see in the video demonstrations what we have. So this channel does not sell any courses. It gives away everything, all of its content for free. It has free 10 custom scripts that we either gathered or I myself have scripted, and I'll go over some of those now. We give away the layouts that you can just download. So if you're looking for those types of things, I mean, we'd love you to watch the videos, of course, because that's the only way we actually monetize anything is by your viewership. So we really hope that you watch the videos and subscribe. But if you just want to say, I'm just looking for custom scripts, type in free scripts. If you're just looking for one of these like layouts that you see, just type in free layouts. And then it'll take you to all the different episodes that have different types of layouts depending on the strategies that we're trading. And I'll go over those strategies in just a second. So that's one of the ways you can just subvert watching anything. But I highly recommend that you do watch stuff. But I know some people just come on, subscribe, grab the scripts and take off. Okay, whatever. That's the nature of the beast, right? That's what we do. So let me go over a little bit about this layout, and I'm going to go over more about the strategies that we're trading here. So this is considered to be the perfect 1-minute layout. It's used specifically for two strategies, the RV strategy and the open strategy. We also use it for the escalator strategy. And again, I'll go over some of these, but today specifically, we're going to be trading the RV strategy, which came out last year and is really the most successful strategy we've come across from beta testing all these different strategies. We are very excited about the new open strategy because we were trading a different one that was originally shown the criteria for that in that book, the Trading Journal Logbook, which is a logbook, but it had the criteria for that particular strategy, which made that book so popular. And that I will have a link to, the Trading Journal Logbook. That was quite a few years ago. But now there's this new open strategy that the $1 Million Margin Club, who's they're famous for putting out books on strategies, is coming out with. And we're really, really excited because we're making between our accuracies between all the beta testers between 60 and 66%. So if you're trading with a 2-to-1 ratio, that's incredible. So you're going to be successful. So watch some of those videos. Look for the ones with the newer dates because they're ones that are, I just did another one. I traded one yesterday. I'm not sure when the video came out, but on the 5-minute breakout. Then they have 4 different breakouts for that. That book's not out yet because this is how early you will get these strategies before they're even tried and true and out there. They're all being beta tested, but we're all collectively the group that's been trading that strategy, looking at that like this is a no-brainer. That this would be a good strategy. Then the RV strategy came out at the early part of last year, and that's covered in Day Trading Volume 1. I'll have a link to that. That's what I'm going to be trading today. Another great book that the $1 Million Margin Club put out that used all these different experts to put the data in there is the Candlestick Pattern Playbook. So after COVID hit, there was a lot more traders that came in, and candlestick patterns even became more accurate, ones that were being used only for daily to look at overall time, like daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. Suddenly, you'd look at those patterns on the intraday, and they were becoming accurate. And that was because of the advent of all the millions of traders that suddenly came in that were stuck at home. So a new book came out called the Candlestick Pattern Playbook, the first book that ever rated the patterns. There was enough data to rate the patterns. So I will have a link to that. That's so important to know your patterns. Then they came up with another book, Candlestick Mastery, 66 Candlestick Patterns to Mastery or something like that. There's a link to it. They called it Day Trading Volume 3, but you won't find it if you don't put in the mastery thing. But anyway, I'll have a link to it, so I'll make it easy for you. But that has a lot of ways to practice. It has all these puzzles like find this. I mean, the first book has flashcards in it, the Candlestick Pattern Playbook. The other one has all these ways to practice, which if you get through that book and can answer all those questions, you're going to know your patterns. So between the two books, the other book you'll see that we have linked here, it doesn't have a strategy, but I think that it's good for any strategy. And that is the, not The Best Loser Wins. That's Tom Hougaard. That's another book. Trading in the Zone. God, I can't believe I forgot that. I talk about it every day. Trading in the Zone, Mark Douglas. That book is amazing because it helps you understand the probabilities that any trade can go against you no matter how great the strategy is. And you need to be prepared for that and already count it as a loss in your mind so that it doesn't affect you emotionally. It's just like, this money's gone. So if you happen to make money, well, that's good. But you already need to count it as gone. Count it as gone for like 20 days in a row. Like it just will not work. It just, I can't get it to work, you know. And if it's just gone, then it helps you take the emotion out, which is what we all struggle with so much. So anyway, look over the channel, how to set up scanners without having to pay for a service. We offer that here too. Again, all we're asking is you watch and subscribe. It would really help us here with the small little staff that we have. How to set up charts, how to build your own layout, how to figure out which way the market's going, how to set up support and resistance lines. I mean, there's a video for just about everything. But let me go into this perfect 1-minute layout, which are available all throughout. If you type in free layouts, you'll find all these. Remember, watch episode 189. It's only about 3 minutes long. It's really important. Constantly get questions. It's not working. It's not working. Fix your stuff. You don't know what you're doing. Blah, blah, blah. Some of them are really rude. It's just because they don't know how to load it in. So it's not intuitive, guys. It's not your fault, but don't get angry. Watch episode 189. I know you want what you want and you want it fast because this is really cool stuff. Watch that and it kind of walks you through. It's like 3 minutes of your time. But anyway, what you have here is a 1-minute chart with the scalping indicator. I'll talk about more in a minute. A minimized day chart, the level 2, the active trader tool, the 15-minute chart, 5-minute chart, the RSI, the MACD, a minimized 5-minute, minimized 1 hour, minimized 4 hour, minimized 5-minute. So what we're going to do is talk about how all these are used for either the open strategy or the RV strategy. This is a perfect fit. You could use it for the escalator strategy as well. But let's talk about this script first. This is the script that changed everything for people that like scalping and momentum trading. This is the scalping indicator, and it's coming out with all kinds of different names and different things you call all these up there, which would be kind of fun, but they're all basically the same thing. This represents the buyers inside the candle. This represents the sellers inside the candle. So green buyers, red sellers, blue volume. It's taking 3 bits of information, putting it all in one. So when you read this, you could say, go short on this stock. You know, it just so happened to turn around. Now it's saying go long on this stock. So you jump in for a short move. You can see it going up. So the idea is for people that are scalping, you go on a short move and be ready to adjust. This one was particularly difficult because it went up, went down, went up, went down. But usually you'll see it hit and then it just goes, you know. So this is, you just got to be careful. You have to be able to react first. I always antiquate it to like you're on a surfboard waiting for a wave. And as the wave comes, you jump on the wave and surf, and then get off before it hits the rock. So rocks. This is a really great indicator. But there are 10 custom scripts on this channel. All of them have value depending on the type of trading you do. Now let's talk about this particular strategy. We're about to trade it so you can see what it is. I have a group up here of 20 people on Zoom, the usual people that always come. And right now we are a closed studio, so you wouldn't be able to get on the live trading with us. But the first thing you do is you need to find out what is your ATR. So you have ATR range, high and low. So the ATR is well, first of all, look at the close of day. So the close of day is 151.40. I'm sorry, the previous day was 151.43. Why is that moving as I'm on it? Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to understand. Which to the right of my picture, it's 151.31 is the close of day. And then this is your ATR down here. So your ATR is, that's Alan walking in behind me heading for his computer. So then you want to look at a 14-day average, which is the ATR Wilder's 14-day. So you go over that candle. Am I not on a day chart? I am. Okay. It's just weird. It's moving. The close of day shouldn't be moving. So that's... Oh, because I'm on today. Okay, sorry. That was my mistake. Okay, the close of day was 154 to the right of my picture. C154, right? So you take that number, then you look at the 14-day ATR, right? And right over that, it says $7.12 when I go back over the candle, that number there. So you divide that number by 2, and you subtract half of it from the close of day to get the ATR low, and then you add half of it from the close of day to get the ATR high. And that's setting our range. Let me just zoom in a little bit more here so you can see. And I'll tell you what all this mess is in a second here. So our range, high and low, there's high, there's low. It's just so many other lines on this. These are done on the 4-hour. There you can kind of see now high and low. So we expect that the action's going to move in between that range. We expect, but it's not necessarily true. Now there's all other kinds of tricks that we use, like this social sentiment is used for the swing trading strategy that we do. And you can look at it on a daily chart, but it's not specifically for this strategy. So don't get confused by some of the other stuff on here. So once you have that set up, right, then you go back over to the 5-minute 10-day. You open that up and you do your Fibonacci. Now, guys, I went and did the 10-day already, and it was already completely out of the action down here because of how the stock has just come straight down. So it's not the best RV strategy stock to trade, but everybody wanted to trade it anyway. We're still inside the ATR. We're hoping it's going to bounce back. We don't know what's going to happen. But the 10-day ATR was not, because you had to go from up here, way up here, wherever it was, down to, I think, even if you took the pre-market low, which I think we tried to do, it was all the support and resistance lines were way up. Like, I think there was one in here, and it looks like it's going down again today, so I don't know. So we did do a 2-day just in case it comes up into it, but mostly what we did based on the RV strategy is we went to the 4-hour chart, and we had to go back quite a few days to find price action. Typically, they say go back 10 days, but there wasn't enough. So since we went a little further back, we decided to go all the way back here. So what we're looking for with these pivot points is historical data. So what does that mean? That means where the price action has stopped and turned around and pivoted. That's what this strategy is based on. And it's not that complicated, guys. It might seem like it is, but it's really not that complicated. So you're just marking either bodies or wicks where the action has moved around. And you can see that's kind of where you can see them where they all are without me zooming in on all these. And once you get those marked, you got channels that you trade in between, and that's what the whole strategy is based on. Now you'll see me trade it here, and I recommend that you get the book. I'll have a link to it. It's probably a lot easier, or watch all the videos 10 times in the archives. So another question is, like, how can we trade 1,000 shares? How can we afford that? Well, because we get 4 times margin. So if you have $25,000 in your account, you can have 4 times margin. You can trade $100,000. Well, I have quite a bit more of that in my account, so I can trade. I trade along with the $1 million margin club, and every one of those has a minimum of $250,000 in their account. So yes, I'm very lucky to have that kind of money to be able to trade high shares. It has nothing to do whether you're a successful trader or not, unless you just count it as I can keep averaging and getting my price at a better price. Yeah, that can backfire. So it's that you can't just, assuming that the stock's going to turn your direction just by adding more shares. That's not a good way to do it. But my point about this is this strategy works with 10 shares, 20 shares. 50. Share size has nothing to do with it. It'll look exciting because of the amount of money. I mean, I have a $500 max loss on this, on each trade, right? So 2,000 for the day if I get to 2,000. So it's interesting, guys. I really like to play off this ATR. So I'll be quarterbacking for everybody, but they take their own trades. There's also a lot of videos, guys, on this volume profile, which is standardly offered by Thinkorswim, but we set it up a certain way for intraday. You're going to want to watch it because it really tells you the direction of the stock. I mean, one more indicator anyway that might tell you. But I mean, you add up a lot of them, and then the probabilities are hopefully it will go your way. So we've got a minute and a half to start trading. It has been going straight down, but a lot of times when it hits an ATR level that by the way is not just for this strategy, you get the average by doing that division thing on a daily. Lots of strategies that I have traded over the years set the ATR. There's various ways, but the one used the most is when you divide it in half. So you can see the range of the stock that you're trading in. And that does help you decide to add in more shares. We're all trading 1,000 shares. We're all trading market. So there isn't going to be any FOMO or anything like that. 1 minute, guys. Hit a new low, and it broke through that quite a bit, but it is stopping on this again, and this is a sign. Even though that's a shadow wick, this is set very sensitively. I get these questions a lot. Watch episode 3 to speed up your platform. Okay, so all we're doing here is showing you all these different things that can help you out, but don't look for a course, and I'm not going to personally mentor you. Wow, so that was a big hit down. I'm in a quandary whether to go long or short here, guys. I want to turn around. I want to turn this around, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm getting ready to call it. So there it is. There's the new minute. I'm going to go ahead and buy off that 85. I know that is counterintuitive. I'm going to buy off that. The point of control is way up here like a magnet, right? You saw that the buyers came way higher on the scalpers indicator. So there's a battle going on. Now, if this goes against me fast, I'm going to get right out, probably about right here at 49.61, which would be a loss of 24 cents or $240. That's how much that would be. But it would be under my minimum. But it is turning around. So now the question is, oh my God, I didn't put the reverse. Because I trade the open strategy a lot. I don't have the reverse button up here, which is what I commonly use. Let's drag that over. Okay. All right, there it is. So, yeah, I will definitely reverse off the ATR if it gets that high, but it looks like I got lucky here. So, but not really. I mean, I was reading the indicators that the buyers were making a comeback. I just don't expect to make much of a comeback. So when you go against the trend, be ready. Be ready. I'm ready right there. Hit the ATR. So what do I have that at now? So I got it exactly. Oh, I got it above the ATR. So now I have to be careful that it doesn't go the other way. So is everybody, some of you just stayed short and never even, you're hurting right now, but it's going to come back. So, so let's see what we've got here. So I'm looking at this, and this, we may have some shenanigans here. So, meaning it may consolidate a little bit right here because that was pretty strong. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and reverse off that level. Did I get it at 11? I got it at 16. All right, that's not as good as I wanted to get it at. This may turn it around. Now, this is the lower. I have a nice cushion here on my first trade. I don't know what I made, but it must have made close to $1,000 on my first trade. So I can play this, and this is one of the things, because look how much lower the volume is on the sellers. It wasn't up here. So lower volume, even though it's at the top. And then these are signs of reversal, right? So this is people would call it a doji or a spinning top. Then we had one green candle. And then at the end, we had an inverted hammer, if you still call that, at the bottom of the trend, which is a sign of a reversal. So I'm using that along with the fact that this outer value of the volume profile is giving us some confidence to stay in the move. So there it goes. So now I have to think about, do I get right out at the ATR again? Now it did go a bit higher. It went up to 60 cents. So let's see if it does that again. Now, Charlie, she's handling the chat over here to my right for everybody if I'm not talking, although they can see my screen if they want to. It's just they need to see their screen too. So, and again, they're responsible for their own trades, obviously. See how the volume's been going down as we're going up? So that's not giving me a lot of confidence. I mean, it went down with the sellers too, but it's just like you always get that bump right after the half hours when the RV strategy starts, right at 10, which is on the New York Stock Exchange, a half hour after market open. Okay, so we hit the ATR again, and that's at 50.44. So look at the market maker, what it's going to give me. So there's the level, almost to the level it turned around before. So let's see. I'd love to see it get a little higher. I will definitely turn around here. Or if it starts to lose even more volume as it goes up, I'm probably just going to turn around. So I'm getting ready, guys, to turn around. Some of you are still short. Most of you are long with me. Now, AMD is not going to have dollar moves, not full point moves, right? So we're looking for, 30 cents, 50 cents, not big moves. So if we get them, great. But look at that. That's still going. That's awesome. Is that going to hit up there? So that's at 82. That might fade right there. I'm going to take that. What did I get that? I reversed at 81. Now, where I would call it no joy or point of no return or whatever would be at this fib. So it seems like these fibs might come into play today, which is great. There is some price action down here on the volume profile. More of it up here, keeping this point of control up here. Now, this is set for intraday from 4 a.m. till now, taking an average of all the price action coming in on the different volume price action. So, so sellers are kind of winning out here, but it's not a lot. So, all right, everybody's over 1,000, which is good to see, even with those shorts. Okay, guys, so we've all made over a point. And the ATR would be a spot I would look to turn around long again if it gives it support, but it might break down. So we've got to see what happens here. Just waiting it out, staying patient. We're in a plus situation here. So ATRs, the RV strategy is all about trading in channels and then using the support and resistance. Wow. You're going to go down to that 28 level, 51, 50, 28. Look at the market maker. Wow. Looked like it was for a second. Is that it? I'm starting to turn around. I'm just going to take it there. So I banked that, got over 2K. I've got it 50.41. So let's see if it turns around or it keeps going down. Right now, this is a difficult area to trade because it stopped the trend and it's starting to slowly swale up, which I kind of didn't expect. I thought I'd get one move here, which I was trying to get. I think it was that one. But it kept going here, so I caught a couple of others. But I really don't want to get caught long for very long because I think that short's the way it's going to go. But again, we don't expect it to move more than a couple of points one way or another, maybe 3 at the most. So trying to catch in between using these channels, watching the scalping indicator and the volume profile, that's the key. With market, you're also going to get some slippage. Some people want to trade that. When we're trading, everybody does market, so there's no FOMO, but some people want to do you want to do the ask and the bid and set it up on your ladder and stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. I can see this is messing up on me here. There it goes. Okay. So look at the market maker. Sometimes a level 2 stalls a little bit on these large caps. So so we do have a studio here with a bunch of traders off to my left. I'm near the end of the building off to my right, where I have Charlie over here, Alan behind me, and then there's a downstairs as well. We're actually upstairs, and then a lot of people on Zoom. Most commonly asked questions: how can you trade with me on Zoom? Right now you can't, but we are going to be streaming the swing strategy fairly soon, so that's where you can get in to start doing that. Wow. Okay, so that's a big jump, and level 2 didn't keep up with it, so watch the market maker. I tend to like to watch the ask, and it freezes a lot, so it's a problem on Thinkorswim. Usually at this time, there isn't a problem. That's more of the open. I'm going to take that there. So what did I get that at? 79? I reversed at 79 short. I'm trying to work on this. It's bothering me. There you go. All right. So sometimes it just needs to be excited. Years ago, in one of the many businesses that I had a lot of deep sea fishing boats in it, and I used to, even though I owned the business, I would often work on the diesel engines, and I just loved to get my hands dirty on whatever I was doing, whatever business I was running, and I would rebuild. They had 671s, like usually twin 671s on the party fishing boats I had, and when you rebuilt them, and with the this is not trading talk, sorry guys, when you rebuilt them, wow, we're going down, which is good. Let's see, we broke that ATR. After they'd all been opened up to the injectors and everything, you'd have to, as the engine was on, you have to pour diesel like right in the cylinders where the injectors are, and they called that exciting the engines to get them to go, because it's kind of like restarting a heart. Like if they've been torn apart, rebuilt, you need to do something that makes them move, not just turn on a switch or something. So it's the same thing with this level 2. Was my long drawn out point, that sometimes you just need to move stuff around and kind of excite it, I call it. Well, I'm going to hold this. See, I'm expecting this trend to go back down. So let's not get caught up in the 5 minutes down. 5 minutes made a little bit of a bear flag here, which is good. Remember, learn your patterns, guys, in those books. This went up a lot, and I'm not going to get out of this move and try this whole business again, not right yet anyway. So the point of control should be getting pulled down. See this? There it goes. Right, I called it. When you see this price, did you see that? That red line used to be up there. So that's going to push this down. See, that's why you've got to understand this stuff. Understand the volume profile. Intraday, it literally smashed the price action down. That's the way I like to look at it, like it's alive. So now I'm looking at this level, which is leaving the outer value of that volume profile as this possible support area right there. So I hope everybody stayed in that short position. But I will expect some sort of a retracement here. It might have already started. Yeah, because it hit it. See how it hit it and turned around? So I don't know if the price action actually got that low, but I'm going to look for the price action to get into the 149, 90s or 80s down there, and then I bet it's going to bounce. So let's see what happens. It got rammed down when it wanted to turn around, and it didn't. I'm going to take that. 98. I saw a 94 up here. Anyway, Bank 3K. Now it could keep going down, so I have to be careful here. I've got my Star Wars mug. This is the way. The Mandalorian. Not Star Wars. I mean, still Star Wars, but this is the way we trade. All right. So we're all big Star Wars and Star Trek and sci-fi, and there's always an argument. Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm not even going to go there. Just regular arguing, bickering people. You know, that's what traders are. Bickering, just like everybody else. Nobody different. Wow, it's banging off that. It's banging off that ATR. I think it's. I'm going to take it there. What did I get that 37? All right, I wanted to kind of get it there, but it looks like it's about to fall, and it is falling. So this ATR is very, very well, almost always ATRs are really well respected. So if you watch my videos, you'll see that I just, even if a move's really strong, which this is not, you will see me reverse. And people are like, why are you doing that? It's like, because I don't trust it. I want it. If it keeps going and breaks through, then I'll reverse right back and do what I call managing a bad position. My strategy is, particularly with the RV strategy, is stay in position. The best thing to do, of course, is wait for a perfect entry where multi-chart alignment, that your volume is telling you, that your MACD, that your RSI, that your, everything combined, waiting for that perfect moment to go one direction or the other, have it all figured out where you want to get out, or at least you have the choice to get out, or you can let it roll, but don't let it come back down to that level if it goes past it, Have a trading plan. I'm seriously into logging, and I don't just mean like on TraderView or some electronic way on your platform, but I mean writing down your thoughts and, what you're thinking about doing there. So this action is, you see how the volume has dropped compared to where it was? See, it used to be way up here. See how it's come down here? So I don't expect any fast moves here. I'm not looking for anything wicked fast here at all. So I feel like I can take chances in here or not trade anything in here is kind of the way I'm feeling about it. Like I could have probably grabbed that. I might try some little scalps here. It seems like it's found a little range in here, maybe from the ATR down to the lower volume profile value here, or 149, or maybe even call it 150, like 150 to 150.50. Remember, whole dollars, half dollars, psychological levels for traders. See how the selling's going down here? So it's making me want to reverse here, and should have done it already, and I could have pocketed that. But now it's more coming up on the high side, so I'm going to look for the bounce back before I reverse. It looks like it's actually going to do like the little Pong thing here. That's an old video game for you people that are not as old as me. But, the back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, bouncing ball. We need it for a real breakout, either up or down, to make the bigger money. Look at this, just sellers just shot straight down. I kind of want to reverse here. Let's see if it bounces a little further down for me. Yeah, I'll take it there. So I banked that. I've got it 1505 long now. If I see it break this down here like it's about to do, then I will go the other way. So let's just see for a minute. That was at 91. It didn't actually hit it. I was looking at the market maker. Then I looked over at the candle and the wick showed it hit it, but it didn't actually hit it. So is it done bouncing up? It looked like it was. Now the sellers are coming on strong again. So there we go. Give me another tick up. One more. Looked like I had it there for a second. I was going to go over 100, but I'm worried about slippage too. So I've got it at 05. There you go. I'm just going to take that. So I got it at 12 short again, and then it pops way up. Ugh. I'm not sure I actually made any money on that trade. Oh, I think if this went to 0, I'd be at 4,000. So, yeah. This is going to be really hard to, if this is what's about to stay, what's going to happen here, because I slip with the market. So if I put it on the ladder, like, sell, go short up here on a ladder, then go long here, then I could really capture those. But we're not doing limit orders, so it's going to make it a little bit. Oh wow, okay, it's going to make it a little bit more difficult to. I'm going to reverse right there. You guys doing here? So that was. See, now what I'm hoping for is this going to turn it around. But if it just starts to keep heading down, like generally what I think is going to happen today, then I'm going to turn around. But I gave myself, a couple $100 cushion from where I was when I started to do this monkey business here, which is what I would count. These little scalps are pretty dangerous here when you're trading market, which is what I was just saying, because it slips. The market maker's not going to give me the best price. I'm going to reverse there. So now I'm 4 cents lower than I was the last time I held a short position. So if it starts going up and up, then I'm in a bad situation. But as you can see, I banked 4,400 now. So it is stair-stepping up. Now, I know the rates have gone up per million. It used to be, for those of you that were watching, it's not the, have been following along, but it's not the broker that raised their rates. Schwab did not raise their rates. None of the places that you have been trading, well, as far as I know, have raised their rates. I don't think Lightspeed did. But the exchange did. So it went from $8 per million, which is what you used to be charged, to $27.80 per million. So that was a massive increase. So, and that's $1 million of value of your, so if I'm doing 1,000 shares, and that's $150,000 of value, roughly. So as every trade you take, as that adds up to $1 million, then I'm paying $27.80. A lot of people think that increase was the broker that you're trading on, but it's not. Every single broker, you put that on top of whatever they're already charging you. Been getting asked that question a lot. I did do some videos about it. If you go back and see when it was first happening, which was in May, I think May 22nd, that went in where the SEC changed their. Okay, hang on. So, yeah, I'm going to take that, guys. I'm just going to take that. That's too much to. And then it shoots down. Of course. Wow. Okay, so I got to be really careful because this is going to keep going. So I'm going to try to reverse on a bounce up and start going short again. Give me a little bit more leeway here. I'll take that $90. So now I'm at 4,700, and my position's even worse than it was. Remember how it keeps going down from 150.12 to 150.08? Now I'm way down to 49.88. So if it turns around and goes back up here, then it's going to be a lot more painful for me. So I'm just watching close to see. This what seemed to be, see, this is exactly what I was afraid of. Oh my God. All right, so I have a $500 max loss. I called that wrong. There goes a bunch of my cushion that I just made, but at least I had a cushion here. So I was about to say this seems like a real support right below that because you've got a really strong support here. Now see, it hit the point of control, the magnet, and it buffed off of it. I like to look at these things like they're alive, guys. Every time you break through one of these support or resistance levels, think about it as a shackle grabbing the ankle of the price, like pulling you the opposite direction. So you look for, if it's only breaking and there's no other indicators, then I wouldn't trust it very much. But if it breaks it and you see like volume going up with it and you see buyers, see these are all the buyers at different volume at different prices. If you see that shooting across above your position, that means the average is way up here now, and that would mean just turn around and take the hit. But I wasn't getting the other readings from that, so now sellers 90%. So I waited it out, and it's paying me back for doing that. So, but I am going to take profit down here again if I can. Yeah, it jumped up right when I grabbed it. 4,800 right off of this level. It probably is going to go down. But I bet if it breaks through this level here, I would be, it's going to do it. Wow. I just would have waited a second. Now I'm going the wrong way. This is the very thing I was saying. I was worried about getting messed up in this crap here. and then it makes the move down. So, okay. So I'm going to hold this and try to recover off of a bounce and go short. So it does seem to be, look at all the 5 minutes going down, 15 minutes going down. I'm trying to catch these little scalps, and it's been working, but it's very dangerous. I could suddenly have a 500, 800,000, so I'd have to be ready to get out. Okay, so is it going to go up any higher? Maybe the even dollar is going to break the 91. I'm looking at the market maker, not the level 2. Look at the market maker. Maybe 150 would be a spot. I'll take that. So I'll take that. That's really good that it got me. I hope it doesn't keep going. That I got to go short way back up here at 150. So I'm betting on this is going to continue to go down. Although that is a hangman on the 15-minute. You had a spinning top here, but you also have a bear flag that formed right there. So on the 5 minutes. So now the 1 minute doesn't have anything except potential for turnaround. It means they're all indecisive candlestick things. So patterns. So you just, oh boy. I worked up to my daily goal, which is 5K. I will be trading more today on the power hour. This is the same layout I would use on the power hour. And I would trade, I'm almost always trading the RV strategy using the same support and resistance levels on the power hour. But I also do a lot of freestyle trading where I just come in and look and wow. I'm going to take that, guys. That's just what I get that at 69. So I'm trying to bank. See how it's been tapping here? Unless we get a breakdown, I'm going to wait for this to come around. Now, again, why I didn't keep going short, because the point of control has not pulled down. There's still price action up here. And the sellers look at how the volume dropped with the sellers. So I took everything in and said, hey, maybe we're going to get some more consolidating moves, even though it made this hit here. Maybe it's not quite time for it to drop all the way down. So it seems like it's just moved from this channel down to this channel. So let's try to be smart and trade this. We're almost done with time anyway, but now I'm not feeling too smart about my position, but I'm at 69 right here. So let's see if we can get it back up toward 50 maybe. Yeah, some of you there, one of you got up to 6K. I'm trying to figure out how you got ahead of me, but good for you. Yeah, we're a little competitive here. So I'm not going to panic because sellers are dropping off here. And it does keep hitting here. So, I mean, I don't really panic anyway, but I'm not going to turn around yet and take a loss. I thought about a lesser loss if it was really pounding down here, but it's not. So we're looking for it to get back up to the 150 zone or at least 149.91 area. There's 84. Look at the market maker. That's what what's gonna give me. And then of course, from the time I press that button, which I'm supposed to have in 0.02 seconds filled, will it slip? What happens? Wow. Is it gonna hit 150? That was almost a one. There it is. I'm gonna take it at 150, which is a psychological level. I got up to 5,600 for a second before it started. Well, I'm still there, so it starts to hit me. So whoa, boom. So I'm starting to look at some of these patterns. We are getting near time. So typically I will trade roughly about 30 minutes. That's what all the beta testing is for. But the people that have been trading this strategy for the last couple of years have seen that it works all day long. And they haven't really put that into a new version of the book, like can you trade this strategy any time of day? But I think you can. I trade it in the power hour, and I've traded it way longer than 30 minutes. Now, it just depends whether I go a little bit longer, depending on what I'm seeing here. So I'm seeing the price action pull right up on this point of control, which is a little concerning. If it pops this up, then I'm in the wrong position, that maybe it's going to swale back up. So I'm a little worried about that. And it's making me want to go the other way now because I'm not sure that it's going to keep this position here. So keep going down because it looks like it's showing me it's going to go up. Look at this, go up, went up with the buyers. So now we have a 5-minute that's green, an indecisive inverted hammer on the 15-minute showing you upward action. Again, don't expect more than 50 cents or $1. Just don't. It's just AMD. So. D8. Is it going to stop it? Oh, I'm going to take that at this level. And that gave me... Boy, that slipped, didn't it? Jeez. Yeah, I felt like that slipped. 49.82 long. So everything here was telling me that this was about to go up, but now it's giving me... See, the buyers dropped here. I mean, I profited as it was going up, so, and I am a little unsure of my position again. I need more coffee, and the message that says this is the way for me. Normally I drink iced coffee. I know you all really want to know, but occasionally. I miss holding a mug too. Maybe I should put iced coffee in a mug. Something about holding a mug that I like. Wow. Okay, so that's the highest it's been in a while. All right, so it broke the 11. Is it going to go all the way up to the 50.28? Wow. I'm going to turn around right there. I can't believe it's going to go to the ATR, but it might. But I broke over 6K and banked it, so I'm going to manage this bad position. If it keeps going up, I will go long with it. If it's going to break that ATR. I kind of looked at this at reversing at the ATR. There's not that much difference between the two. And I didn't want to miss it if it just suddenly shot down. So I've got it at 150.27. And we just hit, I'm overtime. Okay. Well, because of that, guys, and because it's a downward trend, I mean, obviously they can trade as long as they want without me, but when I stop, Charlie marks everybody's price. That's one of the things we do. We have like a pool going. And but we're all trying to make money as well. And what I was about to say is I'm going to trade a little bit longer based on this move right here. This rejection off of this, where all the price actions down here and the point of control now being down here, and the volume climbing up as the sellers won, is convincing me to hold this into a possible move, a big move down. So that's why I'm holding this. So let's see if it gets all the way back down into here at least, because that's a good chunk of money from way up there. So 150.27, that would be another $700. There it goes. So that rejection is what gave me the guts to make this move. Oh, I'm not gonna. I'll cover when I get out. Wow. Is that it, or is it gonna? Now we're in the middle of this void, so I feel like it'll go all the way down. I'll just suck it down here. And it'll be interesting to see if the point of control goes with it. That might be it. 60. I'm just going to take it there at that line. And that's it. I'm out. So mark your tallies. So we went 33 minutes rather than 30 minutes. I mean, it may keep going down, but I just figured this is the bottom where it's been going. So but it might go a little bit further. So guys, that is the RV strategy in a nutshell. Make sure you watch all the different videos. Get Day Trading Volume 1 if you want to really know how to set this up and how to trade it. But there are, if you look in the playlist under RV strategy, there are, I don't know how many. God, there must be 50 to 100 videos just trading this, because we've been doing it over a year. And then the open strategy videos are gathering, but we don't know the actual finished strategy yet. So that will change to a different playlist once that book comes out, which we're very excited about, because it seems like that's a no-brainer. Like you can make $100 to $500 every morning. I mean, you know, I don't want to say anything's guaranteed. I hate YouTubers that say guaranteed, but I've never seen a strategy yet that is so consistent. And at first the rule seemed a little odd when they made that rule. And those of you that have been following along, that you can only trade green candles above the breakout range and red candles below the breakout range. That one seemingly odd rule or change made it made it 10% more accurate. So if you're running at 51 to 50, suddenly you're running from 61 to 66%. That's huge. I mean, so that's enough to make me want to trade that strategy. Then it just comes down to the execution, having your right layout. I know that's not what I traded today, and there's no book out about it or anything, so you just get to watch the videos. But this strategy has still been the tried and true. I think my top on this was, my top on this wasn't on video, but I think the highest I made on this in around 30 minutes was about 45K in 30 minutes. So now that's high share size. Again, it works on, it kept going, guys. Look at that. It works on any share size. So remember that. You don't have to have that kind of money. You do need your 25K though, your PDT rule. So once you get that 25K, you don't have to worry about stocks settling. You don't, they're letting you just rotate that money over and over and over again. That's why that's not why the whole thing was made by the SEC. Everything by the SEC rule is so they can make money. Let's face it. But they're trying to control I think they raised the rates recently because they're pocketing the money from all these day traders that have come in. Yeah, so it's all about the money in the end, right? All right, guys. Well, listen, thanks for watching. I really appreciate your support on the channel. Always stay inquisitive out there, and go green.